Okay, what up, true film lovers? And for my newcomers, my name is The Correct Opinion, aka Cinema Genius, aka Film Sucker. And we gotta talk about this year's Oscar season. Now, as much as I don't want to get another noise complaint, we gotta talk about this very serious issue. As you can see, we don't have a lot of great films coming out. I mean, we do have a lot of great films coming out, but not a lot. Not enough to start up the conversation, not a lot for me to say, cinema is back for where it should be. Because, as we all know, or I'm sorry, for some who don't know, cinema is the most important thing in the world, and if you have other hobbies, you're wrong. Now, unlike official movie critics, I go out of my way to watch 40 movies I already know I will like, and I take risks on taking out 5 movies I don't like, and they end up at the bottom of my list all the time. And I'm not behind on rent because I was born at the right time to afford all of this. HS is still relevant and makes me look cool for acknowledging it. Now, according to this film lovers, one movie I'm interested in seeing because it's making a lot of circuits at film festivals is Amelia Perez, which is very interesting and may talk about a lot of subjects that, if done right, means I'm correct for acknowledging these subjects are very important and I'm better for it because you are not aware of yet. And it's coming to Netflix, but I'm going to go see it on the big screen because I live 40 minutes from a theater, which isn't that far away because I can afford the gas prices. And sure, I make the effort because I'm a true film fan. And you can tell I'm not lazy unlike you people. You should go see real movies and not just binge whatever on TV because it's just content. I see content in theater. I mean movies in theaters. Because, I know some comments I get say maybe it's because of inflation and wanting to spend time with families is why people don't go to the theaters anymore. But when they're making excuses just to see Marvel movies, they're wrong. Because Marvel isn't cinema, and I've never said anything nice about a Marvel movie. I hope I can make my money back on that. These movies are garbage because they're comedies. But Adam Sandler was in that one Paul Thomas Anderson movie and Uncut Gems, and presumably a third good movie that wasn't a comedy. This stays here. Sorry for how minimalistic I'm going for with this set, but I only had to include real movies on my desk. Now, The Substance is my favorite movie of the year, but it won't be nominated for Best Picture based on my assumption that the Academy doesn't like weird movies, except Everything Everywhere All at Once, but that was a one-time occurrence, and that was my favorite movie of 2022. But you have to remember, it was very overrated. Sorry for the lack of set, film fans, but apparently Sebastian Stan is up for Best Actor at the Oscars just for playing Donald Trump. Now, it was a good performance, but it wasn't a great performance, and I feel like they're only nominating him just because of political reasons. Now, do I fall on one side of the political spectrum you're exactly thinking of? Exactly. But also, no. And that's because I feel like we shouldn't just let politics get in the way of our love for film and why certain people should be recognized over others. Now, obviously, films are meant to be political, but this isn't how they should be political, if you know what I mean. Can't believe this. They didn't nominate Denzel Washington, who already won 2 Oscars, for, another Academy Award. Maybe he wouldn't have likely won it, but he deserves to because he's won 2 Academy Awards and is the greatest actor of all time. Now, I know we should have room for newcomers, but he's film royalty. He was in a movie I liked. Another thing I don't like about the Oscars is that my girlfriend is mad at me for all the noise complaints, but she doesn't understand that I'm talking about very serious issues. I mean, she doesn't understand that Margot Robbie was nominated for Best Actress for Best Producer, and Greta Gerwig was nominated for Best Director, only Screenwriter, which is sexist, and she agrees with me on that. So I deserve to complain about this, no matter how many noise complaints I get. You know what, film fans? At least Dune 2 was nominated for Best Picture. It should have been nominated for all the awards. I can't believe it. It was considered one of the frontrunners for the Oscars, and now it's not the frontrunner of the Oscars, which means my opinion might be invalidated. And you know what? It just doesn't understand. That's a real movie. That's a real movie. It's like Shakespeare in space. That's not what Star Wars is. Star Wars hasn't been Shakespeare in space in a while. That was just a soap opera in space. I mean, this is what real cinema is with sci-fi and aliens. And you know what? The Academy doesn't respect my opinion. Why don't they know I have the correct opinion? It's my name, therefore I am correct all the time. I apologize for my behavior in my other videos. I've been told I've been a bit aggressive, apparently from all the noise complaints. But you have to understand, cinema is important. It's my passion to talk about and watch movies I love, and you need to spend all your money so these movies can succeed at the box office to make more movies I love. And therefore, maybe you will watch it and understand what taste is, because you seem to taste my ass every time I talk. You should be tasting my mouth. Also, apparently Amelia Perez is going through some controversy right now. So if it wins Best Picture, just remember, when I said it was just okay, and I was lying. I had to talk about this because there might be wars going on in the world and actual people dying for causes that are very hard to pick a side on. You just have to remember, whatever side I say about politics, It's only as far as I know. Okay, film fans. Apparently, I'm getting kicked out of my apartment for all the noise complaints and yelling at my neighbors to be quieter while I film because apparently I'm being told what I'm talking about isn't important. But they don't understand how important it is that for Oscar season, especially tonight when we see, like, if Emilia Perez wins Best Picture, that means cinema is dead because people don't have good taste. I mean, this is going to be the worst thing to happen to society since Green Book won Best Picture. What's Green Book? Shut up, Jerry. Actually, you know what? I just want to say it. I'm just going to say it. I'm tired of the Academy being corrupt and clearly 5 old white people in a room and not 10,000 individual people who are not all part of a hive mind. You know, it is a hive mind because they all think the same, and therefore there is science when I talk about how we decide who wins the Oscar and who gets nominated. And so what if I'm not right most of the time? I'm still the film expert because I see more movies than you. Therefore, I know better than you, and therefore I am better than you. I can't believe this. A movie I dislike won Best Picture, which means the Academy are all idiots. But it's a movie I think I like, so I guess that means the Academy is doing better than they ever did before because they agree with my opinion, and I should be up there with them. Sorry for the new sub, my girlfriend took the laptop. But listen, I know that a lot of people think I'm pretentious, that I speak out of my ass, that what I'm talking about isn't important in the grand scheme of things, and that realistically, sure, I don't know what I'm talking about in terms of what actually gets nominated for Best Picture, what deserves to, because it's all subjective and so forth. But look, what I really want to say is that I know some people may say that loving movies shouldn't be decided based on awards, but rather your own personal validation and just enjoying what you love. But they're wrong. My cameraman Jerry quit because he got tired of listening to me rant about everything. So here's my actual true final statement because my previous statement was invalidated because it wasn't sincere enough. And listen to me. I know that we don't think what wins Best Picture matters, but think about the average consumer. What will they say when they see something that wins Best Picture that doesn't deserve it? Mm. Oh, we should watch that. I think that won Best Picture at the Oscars. Yeah, it seems pretentious. Let's just see what's on Netflix and go with the first thing we see.